Hi everyone, welcome. Today I'm going to be speaking to you about the importance of flaxseed and how very important it is to incorporate it into our everyday diet. Flaxseed is rich in omega-3 and high in dietary fiber and is beneficial in many ways to our diet. It's also good when you have high cholesterol, when you have diabetes, when you have and also good for brain development because it's rich in omega-3 fatty acids. So there are different ways you can consume flaxseed. The best form is in the form of a powder. So about a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of powder a day is what you can incorporate into your diet. And a good way to add it in is to add it to your smoothies or add it to your chutney powders. This is the portion that you are consuming personally, or add it to a katori of dal which you are consuming, and that way you're incorporating flaxseed into your diet. So making the flaxseed powder is really easy. All you have to do is to grind the flaxseed without roasting them into a mixer grinder and then make it into a fine powder, and make small quantities of the powder and store it in the freezer so that it stays for a longer time and doesn't become rancid, because when you make it into a powder it releases certain oils, and if you leave it outside in the room temperature it tends to become rancid and get a bitter taste. So I always store it in the freezer, like small quantities, about 100 grams of flaxseed, grind it and put it in the freezer. So let me show you how to make a powder, and after that I'm going to be showing you how to make a flax meal egg replacer, which you can use to make eggless cakes, and lemon cake is something that I'm going to show you in just a bit. So into my small jar of the mixer grinder I'm going to go ahead and add in the flax seeds, and I'm just going to blend it to make a nice smooth powder. Great, it's done, and I'm going to show you how it is. So it's a fine powder. It'll have a little bit of coarseness to it because it's a lot of fiber in it. Okay, so it's very important, and it's really good fiber, and it's good for our diet. So that's it. The flaxseed powder is ready, and all you have to do is to add it into various things like dals, curries, podis, and all the different things I told you. In fact, including smoothies, milks, milkshakes, anything that you feel, or dahi, or raita, a lot of different things where you can incorporate it. So I'm going to show you now how to make a flax meal egg replacer, which is a great replacement for eggs if you want to make eggless cakes. So let me show you how to do that. So to make the flax meal egg replacer, what you have to do is, if you have to know the number of eggs that you're using per recipe. So if a recipe uses say 3 eggs, then you need to use 3 tablespoons of flax meal powder and combine it with a specific quantity of water, which I'm going to show you. So the first thing is, I'm assuming that the recipe requires 3 eggs, so I'm going to add 3 tablespoons. So 1, and that's 2, and 3. For every tablespoon of the flax meal powder, you will add 3 tablespoons of water. So I'm going to add about 3 times 3, which is going to be 9 tablespoons of water. And that's it. So now I'm going to combine this really well until it becomes a nice smooth mixture, and allow it to rest for about 5 to 10 minutes until you get a very gelatinous consistency. So it'll have a very gooey and slimy texture once the flax meal rests in the water for a good 5 minutes, and it'll resemble just like eggs and can be used in making cakes. So I'm just going to mix it up really well and allow it to rest for 5 minutes, and I'll show you how the texture looks. We waited for about 5 to 6 minutes, and I'll show you how it looks. It looks very slimy and gelatinous. So you will see a sheet of flax meal just falling in. It'll fall like a sheet and be very slimy. Notice that it's really slimy. So that's how you want it to be. And so now this flax meal egg replacer can be used for making your cakes and muffins. Okay, and it's really simple to use. Just use it in place of eggs wherever required, and it'll be done. So that's it. So I hope you understood the benefits of flax seeds and how you can use them in your diet. A great way to consume them is in the form of a powder and raw, right? So you don't have to cook them in a dal. It can be just added directly to your dals, dahis, smoothies, and it's absolutely good to go and wholesome and nutritious. Do give your feedback when you watch this video. Would love to hear from you. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments below. We'll try to answer any question to our best ability. So until then, until next time, happy cooking and healthy eating.